welcome back in, people. Game Savvy Late Night. You know I always appreciate seeing you. And I know you appreciate seeing changes and different things. That's what we have to keep bringing you. It's fall now, and we're working on some stuff like this. I have guests. We're on the set. Gentlemen, how are you?
Emmy Award winning. Thank you for asking.
That's nice. That was very natural, everybody. You see? So you know it's all new. But in any event, my special guest here on a very special segment. First, to my right, Mr. Eric Haubert, Sports Director at NBC 24 Sports. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, it's a pleasure.
I guess this is the show the players watch, right?
Well, that's right. So how'd you get here?
I'm stopped being so surprised.
Absolutely. That's right. See, people, we got to sign him up. And that gentleman down there on my far right is Mr. Peris Edwards, former Miami of Ohio standout football. What do you say?
Player?
That seems to be the thing. So we'll stay with that. But thank both of you gentlemen for joining us. What we're doing, folks, sports. We tell you all the time, it's the place where Entertainment Tonight meets Sports Center via Saturday Night Live. So we thought we ought to be honest and get to doing that around here. So with that said, gentlemen, NFL has begun. Week 1 has passed. We're facing week 2 in the morning. Well, I guess that would be right now. This is Sunday morning. So this afternoon we'll go week 2, but let's spin it back real quick and kind of talk about how things got rolling. And Peris, I'll start with you. Talk about the lockout, man, and the effect that you think it had on teams, maybe overall in week 1. Is there any difference this season you've seen in years past because of that and not being able to work out and so on and so forth?
Oh, most definitely. First, I'm going to say the injuries. It's pretty obvious. There's been a lot more injuries, you know, the special teams, a lot more kick returns and punt returns. I think, you know, the training camp and not being able to meet with the team is the cause of those things. So the lockout had a big effect on teams and free agents and veterans that got traded to teams, didn't know playbooks. So I think it had a huge impact on the NFL.
Well, Eric, I would ask you too, man. Now, we take that and let's spin it to the first game. We saw it last week, Thursday night, Packers, Saints. Yeah. And you have one team, they obviously, off-season workouts, a lot made about that, and one team did not, but you saw the result of the game. So, you know, I guess I wonder, how much stock can you place in that when it actually is showtime?
It depends on the makeup of the team. If you've got a veteran team like the Packers who won the Super Bowl, they really need to work out. And you got a team like the Saints who have a lot of veterans there, but they have, you know, Reggie Bush is gone, so they got some new running backs. So you're still trying to get a chemistry, even though, I mean, with that kind of offense, you got to be clicking all the time. I mean, you know, it's like a Rodgers-Rams offense from a few years ago, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's on this game. That's what I like to see. He's definitely on this game. Who do we expect to perform well based off of what we saw? You said the big transition is about week 2. So who can I expect to maybe continue the dominance, i.e. the Ravens and what they did to the Steelers? Do they come out and put another performance up like that? Or do the Steelers rebound and show you what we've been a customary sight for them? Is that what happens though?
I most definitely think the Steelers rebound. The New England Patriots, they're going to keep that going.
Well, now it's funny you brought up the Patriots because there's been a lot made about the situation going on in their camp. Again, with one of our favorite gentlemen of all time, Mr. Chad Ochocinco, who, I guess in my opinion, I don't know that it was that big a deal. I mean, I think I get what he was saying. The comment made, he was somewhat in awe of the offensive display put on by Tom Brady and the gang. But then you had an attack from former players, guys that really responsible for helping the dynasty be what it is, in Rodney Harrison and Teddy Bruschi. Were not as thrilled to hear that you were standing in awe of the offense when, and to their point, you should know what's going on. And it was fairly obvious Chad Eric played 18 snaps, and when he says he's in awe of things and they attack him, do you think that's fair or unfair?
Well, it's like, you know, these are old school guys. These are former Patriots, so they're going to be a little bit more offended than the normal person who says, Chad Ochocinco Johnson is a jester, a court jester. He likes to have a good time. He uses Twitter. He's got like 2.5 million followers or whatever, something ridiculous. So why not? That's just a tool for him. He had Ochocinco News Network, OCNN, during the Super Bowl. I mean, the guy likes to have a good time. So what?
But now, again, but to that is, I guess the passion with which Bruschi expressed himself maybe is a concern. I don't know that his point wasn't valid, but it was the way. There was something more to that, though. How much of the fact that he is a jester. And it is about public promotion and so on and so forth. And Brewski having a problem with the man himself and finding an outlet. You know, did he abuse his position? You have it, I have it, this is what we do, you know what I mean? You know.
That guy's paid to give his opinion, and he gave a strong opinion, and it's got people talking, and it's got people watching, and that's, I mean, you know, that's gold. If
Right.
you got people talking about what you're saying, and you're on a national network like that's making you money hand over fist.
And I think when Ocho Cinco said that he was in awe of, of Tom Brady's performance, you know, him coming from being a 6-time, 7-time Pro Bowler, you know, with the Bengals, and, you know, coming to a team and seeing him perform like that, I think he's just giving credit where it's due. I don't think he's literally in awe. You know, I don't think that Ocho Cinco is going to have too much of a problem. I think, you know, it's game one. They got the win, most importantly. I don't think he needs to hear any, you know, critical, words. I think he's going to get the job done. You know, he's going to do anything he can to get a Super Bowl ring. That's where he's at in his career right now. Right. He's just looking for the Super Bowl ring. So I think he'll get it together.
Well, speaking of playbooks and things not quite going right when you start the season, another guy who has been under a lot of scrutiny all week long, one Tony Romo.
Oh,
and
Cowboys?
Yeah.
You talking about the Cowboys?
You know, that's what it is. They told me to do this. They said, hey, you have a show, so I want to talk sports. I want to say a little something, but I'm not. I got you guys here to kind of spin it for me. But at the same time, okay, Tony Romo, you can't win the big game, you know, that whole deal. Making errors, whatever you want to call them, you know, bobblehead errors, whatever you want to say, dumb mistakes. Things are going wrong for Dallas when they don't need to. An excellent game, too, by the way, up until the final stages of the game. So, Mr. Haubert, I ask you, is the criticism of Romo fair? That again, he's a guy that's not going to be able to get the job done. You know, whatever haters would like to say.
The haters. Are you a hater?
You know, you are.
No,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it. Just go ahead and say, go ahead.
Hey, 2 words. Jessica Simpson.
What are you talking about?
I mean, this woman messed him up so bad. He's still recovering. He's still recovering. If you had to be with this woman on vacations and on your free time, it would suck your brain out too. I mean, did you see the show? She come on.
You went to that? That's
I'm just
what you
saying.
went to?
That was what he was attracted to.
But what does that have
Thank
to
God
do
he
with
found someone else that got married.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why that has no significance whatsoever.
Oh, no, he's still recovering mentally.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, 342 yards seemed like he'd recovered. And
But you're saying
slapping
he can't
the
get the
Jets
job
around.
done.
But no, hey, you know where I'm at.
I know.
Look, the Jets, though, are supposed to be the thing. They're supposed to be the thing. Super Bowls and all this, our defense is stellar. True. Everyone would agree with that.
You know about DBs.
Oh, yeah.
Read us out.
Exactly. So why am I out here running these boys up and down the field with ease all night long? But that somehow is forgotten because, you know, again, we have a bot special teams play that actually set the tone for the end of the ball game. You know, I mean, tying the score obviously creates a situation.
About Tony Romo, you know, I mean, it's just. This is the way of the sports world. You can do all this, just like LeBron. You can score 30, 40, but if you have a reputation of just dropping the ball in the fourth quarter and you just can't finish, I mean, it's just you're gonna always get that criticism. And the thing I seen Herm Edwards talking about on SportsCenter was if you're gonna keep Romo the quarterback and he's gonna be the franchise QB, you need to, as a coach, to try to take that situation out of his hands. Just like when they was down in the red zone, should they have called a run instead of a pass when he ran up the middle and fumbled the ball? So if you're going to keep him as a quarterback, maybe you need to alter the situations and not have the game in his hands so much.
See, I got a question for you, Mr. Savage. Is it because of Tony Romo they find themselves in position to win, or is it in spite of Tony Romo they find themselves in positions to win?
Okay. Special teams, part of the team, but we all know they can cost you the game. And this is a situation where that happens. So, again, all the criticism on Romo, they're in a position to win, yes, because of Tony Romo. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, hey, you know, it is what it is. But with that, is this week's game, is today's game against the Niners, make or break for Romo because of that, because you have to have a win. Not to mention it's the Niners, but if it were any team in the league, do they absolutely have to have a win this afternoon or this evening?
Most definitely not. I mean, if they go 0-2, it's not impossible to run the rest of the game. So I don't think one game is more important than the other. The most important game is that week.
Right.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
Until you're literally out of the playoff run, you can't look at it that way.
Well, there it is. Well, we can look at it any way we want. We've done it here. This is the inaugural sports edition, if you will. I haven't given it a name yet. But again, I just want to thank these gentlemen for their time today. Mr. Peris Edwards down there, Mr. Eric Haubert. Gentlemen, nice job. Thank you very much. You're not going to come in here picking on me, man.
What?
I mean, no, I'm nervous about having you in here. Yeah, I mean, you're going to do the Skip Bayless role? Is that it? We're gonna lock you in
I
the
look
chair?
so much better than he does.
Well, there you have it. And on that note, we must go. So what we'll do some of the stuff that you know you love. You want that underground hip hop out there in Maumee. So that's what I'm going to give you right now. That's right. My man Matt O'Neal is out at Headliners. I got Julian, I got Tavon Patterson on the scene. Gentlemen, take it away.